talking about the Amber Alert, if they raise that up another level, that helps more people paying more attention. You get more clues, you get more calls, and everybody can call that 1-800-TBI find. It all goes into a database, which helps us in an area where we don't have a lot of communication. If it's something yesterday evening or afternoon that we need to know, that's when they need to make a call or come by the command post. Just around Ben Hill Road in that area. That's the main. She's 5 years old. She left the house. Evidently, she got a little farther than they expected.
It's been very hot. Crews have spent long days the past 2 weeks doing line searches, as you see here in a field just across from the home. Others hit the woods using bloodhounds, but never finding the girl's scent. Margie Quinn headed up the state's Amber Alert program for 11 years before leaving the TBI, and she is an expert in human trafficking investigation, but she's followed it and knows abduction is a strong possibility, but not likely for human trafficking.
That's always the public's first thought is they've been abducted and trafficked. People who are going to traffic young people are not going to abduct them. It brings too much attention.
The Summer Wells case has been highly publicized. If she were to suddenly show up on an internet site, people would know.
Statewide Amber Alert. She was last seen outside of her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road. Statewide Amber Alert. She was last seen outside of her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road, which is located in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County. A family member reported her missing to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at approximately 6:30 Tuesday evening. Especially residents living in the area of Ben Hill Road to check any trail cameras or security cameras that they might have that could have captured Summer on video or in photographs. We also encourage residents to check any crawl spaces, outbuildings, or sheds that would make for good hiding places.
It has now been over 7 weeks since Summer Wells was last seen by her family. TBI asks any credible information can be called in at 1-800-TBI-FIND. They continue to urge the public only to share information from official sources. TBI has been looking for a maroon or red Toyota Tacoma truck. They say the person driving it may have been a witness in Summer's disappearance. They say a photo circulating on social media of a truck that says it has been located is not true. It was not released by law enforcement.
It has been 5 months now since Summer Wells was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community. Authorities with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, the TBI, the FBI, they're all continuing to follow tips and leads about what happened to the little 5-year-old girl.
I assure you, we've done everything when we was up on that scene, everything humanly possible to do.
It's been months since the weeks-long ground search for Summer Wells was called off in the Beach Creek community.
The manpower, the search, the helicopters, the airplanes, tremendous amount of dogs, cadaver dogs, search and rescue teams.
Summer's parents and concerned community members believe she may have been abducted or trafficked.
I assure you, we've done everything when we was up on that scene, everything. I assure you, we've done everything when we was up on that scene, everything humanly possible to do.
The FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team even came to Beach Creek. That's a team dedicated to investigative, technical, analytical, and resource assistance on site during non-family child abductions, ransom child abductions, and mysterious disappearances of children.
We brought the FBI car team in, and everything that they can find, there was no indication whatsoever of child abduction.
The TBI asked for help finding the driver of a Toyota pickup truck that was seen in the area around the time Summer went missing. That's the last new public information that was released.
You would think if somebody had saw something, they would come forward, even if they just had the truck and didn't see anything. But like I said before, it may be somebody that has paid no attention to this, or maybe somebody that's got a criminal record and was driving wasn't supposed to be driving too.
Months later, that truck and its driver haven't been identified, but we learned more about the person who gave the information about the truck.
It was somebody driving a company truck that, well, the officers here are familiar with this gentleman, and we believe that he actually saw it.
And we believe that he actually saw it. And we believe that he actually saw it.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found is basically the main thing right now. And what actually happened to her, we're still trying to find out.
Happy. Athena was she was pure and she was innocent. And I just knew that something was wrong because Athena wouldn't have stayed out in the dark by herself.
The driver, 31-year-old Tanner Horner, is now charged with capital murder and aggravated kidnapping and could face the death penalty. This morning, stunning new details about his motive for the horrific crime. According to the arrest warrant obtained by NBC News, Horner told police he was delivering a package to the home when he accidentally hit Athena with the truck, but she was not seriously injured. Horner says he panicked, fearing Athena would tell on him. He then kidnapped and killed her, dumping her body on a riverbank. At the time of her abduction, Athena was in the care of her stepmother, who called police after she spent an hour looking for the child. A tip led investigators to Horner, a contract driver for FedEx, who police say confessed to the killing. Athena's mother now offering this reminder to parents.
Hug them tight.
A van hit the 23-month-old girl. The driver stayed at the scene, and police say drugs or alcohol don't seem to be a factor.
By the time I came downstairs, and it's just horrible for everyone, for both, the driver, the mother. It was just a horrible situation. Unfortunately, the child was deceased as I came down.
First responders responded quickly to the scene, but could not save the child.
FedEx truck driver on the loose after deadly hit-and-run crash. New York cops say a FedEx driver is on the loose after the company's truck was involved in a hit-and-run that turned deadly, according to police in New York City and media reports. First, a FedEx truck struck a man as he was crossing the street in Brooklyn at about 9:15 p.m. on Wednesday, November 9th, WPIX reported. The man became trapped under the FedEx tractor trailer until the driver drove off and made a right turn, the NYPD told McClatchy News in a statement. Immediately afterward, a man driving a Kia hit the pedestrian, who was lying in the street, as he made the same right turn, police say. After authorities arrived, the man was pronounced dead at the intersection of Coney Island Avenue and Caden Avenue, according to the NYPD. The driver of the Kia stayed at the crash site after hitting the pedestrian, police say. An investigation is underway and no arrests have been made, police say. Our thoughts are with those affected.
Of a 5-year-old little girl who was hit and killed while playing right outside of her own home. Spencer.
But the police here in Sandy do tell me that it was a United States Postal Service worker that hit this girl while she was outside. Preliminary information does say that this is just a tragic accident, and that at this point they don't believe impairment or speed played any factor in this accident. Now, they say they responded to this call at about 10:45 this morning. First responders rushed to the scene to try and administer life-saving efforts to her, but unfortunately it was too late and she died on scene. Now, the police department is investigating the specifics of exactly how this happened, and crime scene techs went out there with cameras to try and reconstruct exactly what happened and when it happened. But as for the family and first responders, this was a tough day for everyone.
There have been several recent cases of children hit by vehicles, Lauren, especially at school bus stops. And now we have video of a close call caught on camera.
Raphael's a parent. This video just makes me sick to see. I'm sure a lot of people at home will agree. WRTV's Kelsey Anderson spoke to a mother whose kids were just inches from being hit by a UPS truck going around a stopped school bus. This happened just last week. Kelsey joins us live.
A UPS driver inches from making a deadly mistake.
Fortunately, unfortunately, having this video, hearing myself scream to stop will be played in my head forever.
Kelly Beal panics as a UPS driver comes within inches of hitting 3 of her children getting off the bus last Thursday. She says she saw the driver of the UPS truck coming quickly behind the bus.
I saw what was going to happen, and I just did everything that I possibly could to stop it. I ran as fast as I could. I screamed as loud as I can. I still hardly have a voice this morning, so.
In a shocking story of survival, a 6-year-old was struck by a mail truck right here in Columbus. Our News 3's Chuck Williams spoke with the boy, his mother, and their attorney. And Chuck, now they're ready to share video of what happened.
The boy suffered rib injuries and scrapes to the head. He was taken to Piedmont Columbus Regional by his mother, Jessica Thetford. He spent 3 days in Atlanta Children's Hospital recovering from his injuries. The family has hired Columbus attorney Ralston Jarrett. He has been in contact with the Postal Service.
Middle Tennessee and Fox News and everybody else contact me in my office. We're not done yet because, like I told you from day one, it's about finding Summer. That's the #1 goal here.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, we do have drones. We use them for a variety of things. We just actually had them up this week over in East Tennessee, assisting us in searching for Summer Wells, the missing child that's been missing for a while over there in the mountain.
And sometimes people will think, well, I saw that, but it probably wouldn't mean anything. But the least little thing to us may be something huge. So that's why we ask for the public, everything they see, to continue to check their property, their outbuildings and different things like that.
Are still hoping to find a potential witness who drives a red or maroon truck that was spotted in the Ben Hill Road neighborhood the afternoon of June 15th.
The biggest thing is the ladder racks and the white buckets means that they do some kind of work, and that vehicle was seen in the area sometime during her disappearance.
He says the investigation has led to the continued thought that if Summer is found, it will be nearby.
I believe that she would probably be somewhere close by, because we found nothing to lead us to believe that she's been abducted or trafficked out of the area.
Pruitt works alongside the TBI and FBI. Along with the ground search, Pruitt says investigators have poured through data. Almost a year into the case, and Detective Pruitt says it still remains a very active investigation.
I'm not going to let it go cold.
Ansley, thanks. And an Amber Alert remains active for Summer Wells. If you have credible information that could help investigators find her, call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND.